Monsters is a sequel to 2014's Godzilla, and I guess in a way a sequel to Kong Skull Island. It's part of the MonsterVerse in which Godzilla and King Kong are gonna throw down in a movie titled Godzilla vs. Kong next year. Plot-wise, there's this family. They're played by Kyle Chandler, Vera Farmiga, and Millie Bobby Brown, and are trying to stop Monarch from unleashing these new monsters, which if they do could spell the end of the human race for all intents and purposes. That's as specific as I'm going to get with this. I thought that the 2014 Godzilla is a bit underrated. I don't agree with the people that say Godzilla is not in it enough. I think that was done intentionally. I think that was a homage to the original Godzilla movie from 1954. But I will agree with the people who say that the movie's kind of bland when it comes to the fighting, because yeah, that movie just does a lot of teasing. We don't get to see the fights. We either see the aftermath of the fights or we see the fights occurring on a screen somewhere on a news broadcast. I still felt as if the first movie was better than this one. I think that this one has far more entertainment value. There's just a few things writing-wise in this movie within its script where I was just not on board with, or I just thought was really dumb. But the stuff I love, the visuals. This movie is visually appealing. There is no doubt that this movie is visually enthralling. It's some of the best cinematography I've seen all year. I loved a lot of the lighting. The way this movie is lit, especially when it comes to the fights and the monsters, really, really well done. Michael Dougherty directed the shit out of this. You knew he had a vision. He knew what he wanted to do. He stuck to his plan and he did it. I feel like he didn't really give in to studio demands on this because he did a really good job. The performances, for the most part, are also really good. Vera Farmiga is really good. Kyle Chandler's really good. Millie Bobby Brown is good. I just felt her character just wasn't needed. Supporting cast is also really good. The sound design is amazing. I added a lot of suspense to this movie. The way these monsters pop up, it's the sound and what you see that really, really heightens the tension. And I thought Michael Dougherty captured that very well. The sound design, when things are getting crushed, blown over, just dismantled, it sounds great. And going back to the visuals for a minute, the final act of this movie takes place in Boston. As somebody who grew up in New England and currently lives in Boston, watching Boston get destroyed was kind of fun. I'll say that. And that's the biggest praise I can give this movie. This movie is complete and utter entertainment. You can just shove popcorn into your face. It's great popcorn, monster movie fun. I think its issues are really in the script and the handling of one of the monsters. I did not like how one of the monsters was handled at all. And there's something that happens towards the end of the movie where I was like, this is just pure stupidity. This is dumb. I just wish that was handled differently. Also, there's this MacGuffin in the movie. There's this machine that just pops up. Every 5 minutes, it's like, yep, this machine's in the movie. It's like, you're beating me over the head with this stupid goddamn machine that I don't care about. Also, Charles Dance, his character, super bland. Like, set him up as like this crazy villain and he's just nothing. He doesn't end up doing anything. He's just sitting there on a ship being like, okay, now you're going to listen to me because I'm going to give the orders here, okay? Because I was Tywin Lannister. I got killed taking a shit. I don't have to do anything because that's the coolest death ever. All the supporting characters were just really bland too. Like, I mean, I'm not really going in here for anything great in the character department, but give me something, you know? The main focus was on this family, and I thought that the family, for the most part, was fleshed out. But, like, all these side characters, like O'Shea Jackson Jr., he's barely in the movie. He's not in it as much as I thought he would be. And he has nothing to his character. Bradley Whitford has nothing to his character. And another thing in this movie, the humor does not work at all. I think I gave like 2 chuckles the entire movie. It did not work for me. The humor was very flat. Their attempts felt out of place too, I will say. There's like this scene towards the end where Bradley Whitford just goes like, oh, has Godzilla been working out? I'm like, who wrote this dialogue? And there's a huge predictability factor in here with Vera Farmiga's character. You know she's going in one direction, and then you know halfway through the movie she's just going to veer off and go in a totally different direction, and then she's going to do something at the end of the movie. That's exactly how it plays out. No joke, not kidding. But for those of you complaining that Godzilla wasn't in the first movie enough, I think you'll be satisfied. He's not in this a ton, but I think he's got a good amount of screen time. It's definitely more than he had in the first one. And I think that that'll appease fans. At End Showdown, I feel like they didn't show enough of Godzilla in that End Throwdown, because that throwdown really just wasn't as good as an earlier fight that occurs in the movie, and that was a bit disappointing. I wanted the movie to end on a high note, and one of the fights earlier in the movie was actually better. But all in all, I still enjoyed Godzilla King of the Monsters. We have a solid cinematic universe here going. It's nothing groundbreaking, and there is an end credit scene which is completely pointless, by the way. It's stupid. Like I said, there's a lot of stupidity and dumb shit in this movie. That's one of them. But regardless, I'm going to give Godzilla King of the Monsters a... It's a perfectly enjoyable, entertaining monster movie, but the first one is definitely the better movie. So that's how I feel. Thank you for watching my review of Godzilla King of the Monsters. I will leave my links to my social media accounts in the description below. You guys are the best. Thank you for watching. My name is Alex Madden.